Archangel Michael says, there are moments in life when a message finds you before you even realize you need it. Yesterday, a psychic was contacted about you, and what they revealed about your path and your money is something that cannot be ignored. Tonight will not be ordinary, for the energy around you is shifting in ways that will leave a permanent mark on your destiny. There is a stirring in the unseen world, a movement of forces that have been watching over you. The psychic spoke with clarity, and their words carried weight, not only about who you are, but about the flow of abundance, wealth, and fortune that has been circling you silently. What they said about your money is not a warning of loss, but a revelation of gain that is waiting to be unlocked, as though the gates of prosperity are preparing to open wider than they ever have before. Your name was spoken in places beyond your reach, and the sound of it carried light. Tonight is not ordinary, because the vibration that surrounds you is stronger, louder, and more insistent than ever. There is alignment happening, a connection between your heart, your destiny, and the resources of the world that have long been waiting for you to claim them. You are not walking through just another evening, you are stepping into a night that holds power. The psychic saw doors that had been closed, now trembling at the force of unseen hands preparing to open them. Archangel Michael says, this is not a chance event, this is the unfolding of divine order, carefully placed to bring you closer to what has always belonged to you. Type Amen 333 to claim this blessing. The words revealed yesterday have already begun shaping your future. The psychic spoke of wealth that does not come by chance, but by alignment with forces that are bigger than the eye can see. You have walked through challenges, endured trials, and faced seasons of lack, but those days are preparing to give way to something much greater. There is energy around your finances, almost as though the very air you breathe is shifting into opportunity. The psychic described an opening, like a vault being unlocked, and within it lies the abundance you once thought was far away. The night is extraordinary because it signals the beginning of this opening, and every step you take now carries you closer to what you have been waiting for. Your spirit has been restless because it already sensed this change. You have felt the weight of something coming, the pressure of destiny pushing against your present. What was spoken confirms that your instincts were not wrong, and that your future is already calling out for you to step into it fully. The shock is not in the warning but in the promise. What was said about your money is astonishing because it reveals not only what is possible, but what is already aligned for you. Archangel Michael says, you are closer to a breakthrough than you realize, and tonight is the bridge that carries you toward it. Type Amen. 444 to step into this energy. The psychic spoke of divine orchestration, of movements that you cannot see but will soon feel. Wealth is not just a number, it is an energy, and this energy is now weaving itself into your days and nights. What was once delayed is being accelerated, and what was once hidden is being brought into plain sight. This is why tonight is different. The ordinary rhythm of your life is interrupted by the extraordinary flow of what has been set in motion. The shock you may feel comes from the realization that you are not struggling alone. Unseen forces have been preparing your way for longer than you imagined. The message about your money is not about fear, but about awakening. You are being awakened to the truth that prosperity is within reach, that your hands will soon hold what your heart has been waiting for. You are standing at the edge of increase, and this night marks the threshold of it. The psychic's words carried vision, and vision is never given in vain. They saw wealth, not in fragments, but in waves, flowing toward you in ways that will change not only your finances but your confidence, your security, and your freedom. Archangel Michael says, believe in this flow, for doubt is the only barrier between you and what is already yours. Type Amen 555 to seal this promise. There are whispers in the unseen, and they all point toward you. The movement of your life is entering a chapter that carries promise, stability, and a harvest you did not see coming. This is why the words were so shocking, because they point to a shift greater than the struggles you once carried. Archangel Michael says, "You were never forgotten in the places where decisions about your destiny were being made. You were spoken of yesterday because your time has come for release and increase. Wealth, resources, and unexpected doors are preparing to align themselves in your favor." You are not reading these words by chance, for the energy that drew the psychic's attention to you is the same energy that has placed this message in your hands tonight. A cycle of waiting is closing, and a cycle of receiving is opening. The rhythm of your days is no longer ordinary, and that is why this night feels different. Type Amen 111 to receive this energy. The shocking part about the message is how specific it was about your money. It was not about slow progress or a distant dream, but about acceleration and release that is already moving toward you. That is why you may already sense unusual energy, unusual thoughts, or unusual feelings about what is next. The wealth spoken of is not limited to finances alone, but it begins there, because that is where you have felt the greatest need. What you touch will multiply, what you plan will take form, and what you have prayed for will begin to materialize. The revelation was a promise that your struggle has already been noticed and answered. The night carries weight because it is not only about prophecy but also about activation. The words spoken yesterday are still alive, and tonight they seek agreement, alignment, and belief from you. If you believe, you will see the difference in ways that will leave you without doubt. Archangel Michael says, "Tonight you are stepping into a current of energy that has been building for years. What was blocked before is releasing, and what was denied before is now shifting into acceptance. You are no longer standing in lack, you are moving into overflow." Type Amen 222 to claim your blessing. The psychic's words came with urgency because the time is ripe. Delays that once felt endless are now being cut away like ropes being severed from your path. The moment is here, and that is why you were contacted in the spirit yesterday. The money spoken of is not a trickle but a flow. It is not one blessing but many, overlapping, stacking, and filling the areas of your life where emptiness once lived. Tonight is extraordinary because it carries the vibration of that overflow, pressing to enter your reality. You are being positioned in a way that cannot be explained by chance. The vision saw you rising, your hands not empty but filled, and your steps not faltering but firm. This is why it shocked even the messenger, because the wealth tied to your name is greater than what most expect. Archangel Michael says, "Your life is about to show visible signs of this shift. You will not need to convince others of it, because the results will speak louder than words. Your season of proving yourself is giving way to a season of showing what has already been given to you." Type Amen 777 to enter into this flow. The air around you has been carrying signs, subtle hints that something larger was moving beneath the surface. You may have noticed unusual thoughts, vivid dreams, or sudden emotions, all of which point to the shift that was already in motion. Yesterday's psychic simply gave words to what was already happening in silence. Their words carried weight because they came from beyond ordinary sight. They were not speaking of possibilities but certainties, and this is what makes their message so powerful. What they saw about your money was not hope but confirmation. Archangel Michael says, what was spoken cannot be reversed, for it has already been sealed in the higher realms. Your name is tied to abundance, and the flow is moving faster now than it ever has before. You are standing at the center of a release that will surprise even you. Tonight is extraordinary because it is an activation point. The prophecy was declared yesterday, and tonight it continues to unfold. The shock is not just in the words but in the realization that your life is aligning with them already. Type Amen 369 to step deeper into this energy. The psychic described opportunities, connections, and resources that will come together like pieces of a puzzle. These are not random events but carefully designed alignments meant to elevate you. You will begin to see people, places, and possibilities that seem to appear at just the right time. The shocking truth is that your money has been guarded, kept safe until the right season. That season is here now, and what has been locked is being unlocked. Every delay had a purpose, and that purpose was to prepare you for the release that is now coming. You have been prepared in silence, refined in waiting, and strengthened in trials. None of those experiences were wasted, they have built the capacity within you to carry more than you once thought possible. This is why the blessing feels heavy. It is abundance meant for a stronger version of you. Archangel Michael says, your growth has attracted this moment. What you could not have carried before is now ready to sit in your hands. What you could not see before is now clear before your eyes. Type Amen 888 to unlock your blessing. Wealth is not just about currency, it is about flow. The psychic saw streams of increase, flowing into areas that once felt dry and lifeless. These streams represent not only money but opportunity, stability, and expansion in your path. The energy of tonight is alive because it is connected to that vision. Every step you take now, even the smallest, is magnetizing greater opportunities to you. The gates of increase are already opening, and the sound of them cannot be silenced. This is why you cannot treat this night as ordinary. It is not a repetition of yesterday or tomorrow, it is the crossing point where what was spoken begins to manifest in real time. The spiritual atmosphere around you is carrying more weight than usual because it is filled with promise. Archangel Michael says, you are stepping into a chapter of no return. Once this wealth begins to flow, your life will never go back to what it was before. The shock you feel is only the beginning of the transformation that is waiting. Type Amen 999 to receive this breakthrough. The vision revealed yesterday has already set things into motion. Even if you cannot see the full picture yet, the energy of alignment is already weaving itself into your life. The money, opportunities, and blessings tied to your name are no longer hidden in the shadows. You are moving into a space where closed doors will swing open without resistance. The weight that once held you back is lifting, and the path ahead is becoming clearer each moment. This is not random. It is the direct result of the divine timing connected to you. Archangel Michael says, the heavens have remembered your name. You were not overlooked, nor were you left behind. Your portion has been preserved until this exact moment. The extraordinary shift tonight is evidence that the promise is now alive. The psychic's words about your finances were more than encouragement, they were revelation. They were confirmation that abundance is already circling you, waiting for permission to enter your life. Tonight carries the vibration of that permission, a sacred opening that you can step through. Type Amen 1111 to seal this release. The shock lies not only in what was revealed, but in how soon it is coming. You may have thought the journey would take longer, but acceleration has been assigned to your path. What was delayed for years is about to arrive in a fraction of the time. This is why the atmosphere feels different tonight. It is charged with urgency, as though unseen forces are preparing to deliver what is already signed over to you. The energy is undeniable, and it is drawing everything into alignment. You are standing at the edge of manifestation. No longer waiting, no longer hoping, now receiving, now stepping into what has been promised. The release is real, and it will not be held back any longer. Archangel Michael says, your life is shifting dimensions tonight. You will soon step into proof, and your hands will carry evidence of what was spoken. Your name has been marked for increase, and that increase will not be denied. Type Amen 1212 to claim this movement. The psychic saw visions of doors, not just one, but many. These doors represent opportunities that will open one after another, creating momentum in your life. Each door carries its own blessing, and together they form a flood of abundance. The extraordinary part is that none of these doors require you to beg for entry. They are aligned for you, and they will swing open as though they recognize your presence. What once felt blocked will now feel effortless. The money spoken of will not come in small fragments, it will come in waves. This is why your life is preparing to expand, because small containers cannot hold what is about to arrive. You are being stretched to receive something greater than expected. Archangel Michael says, expansion is not coming to crush you but to elevate you. You were built for this, prepared for this, and refined for this. The blessing is heavy, but you are strong enough to carry it now. Type Amen 1313 to walk into your overflow. The current of abundance that surrounds you is no longer distant. It has begun to press closer, shaping circumstances and drawing people who will carry you into your next season. The shift is not only financial, it is structural, changing the way your life will be built from this moment forward. The psychic saw that what once slipped through your hands will no longer escape you. Opportunities that you thought were lost will return in better forms, carrying even greater rewards. Your money is not leaving, it is multiplying. Archangel Michael says, your hands are being strengthened to hold what is coming. You will not fumble or fail when the blessing arrives, for you have already been prepared through trials. Tonight is the evidence that preparation was never in vain. The shock is in how complete this transformation will be. It is not a small improvement, but a sweeping change that will touch many areas of your life. Your finances are simply the doorway through which greater blessings will enter. Type Amen 1414 to accept this alignment. The revelation carried by the psychic also showed protection. The money coming to you will not be stolen, drained, or wasted, for there are forces standing guard over it. You will see stability like never before, and it will give you the confidence to build higher. What once caused fear will now become a source of joy. Instead of dreading the future, you will look forward with expectation. The energy of tonight is already wrapping around you, reminding you that you are not walking this path alone. The abundance you are stepping into carries with it restoration. Things you thought were gone forever will come back in greater form. What you lost will be returned, and what was broken will be rebuilt stronger. Archangel Michael says, restoration is a sign of favor. The fact that you are receiving back what was lost is proof that your name carries weight in the unseen. You are not forgotten, you are chosen for this moment. Type Amen 1515 to open the gates of restoration. The words yesterday also spoke of timing. They revealed that your money and your destiny were tied to a specific window, and that window is opening now. That is why the atmosphere feels charged, why everything around you seems to be shifting. This is not ordinary time, it is appointed time. You are standing inside a divine schedule, and everything is beginning to move according to that order. The flow of resources, opportunities, and blessings is accelerating because the season demands it. You will notice how things begin to fall into place without struggle. Conversations will lead to breakthroughs, connections will lead to doors, and actions will lead to multiplication. Nothing is wasted in this season because everything is aligned. Archangel Michael says, "Trust the timing, for it is perfect." You are not late, and you are not early, you are exactly where you need to be. The shock is that what you thought was delay was actually preparation. Type Amen 1616 to honor this timing. The night around you is thick with movement, as if unseen forces are rearranging the pieces of your life. You may not yet see the full pattern, but the arrangement is already set in motion. The prophecy from yesterday was the announcement of this shift, and tonight you stand in the middle of its unfolding. Your finances are being pulled into alignment with a higher plan. Where there was once scarcity, there will now be stability, and where there was once instability, there will be overflowing provision. This is not coincidence, but destiny stepping into view. Archangel Michael says, "The release has already been signed in your name. Nothing can overturn it, nothing can cancel it, and nothing can take it away from you. The wealth is sealed and protected, and now it is on its way into your life." The shock you will feel is not fear, but wonder at how quickly things begin to change. What seemed impossible will suddenly become possible, and what seemed distant will suddenly be at your door. This is why tonight cannot be treated as ordinary. Type Amen 1717 to secure this release. The psychic's vision stretched far, showing not just your present but your future. They saw increase building upon increase, a compounding effect that would transform your life beyond recognition. The first wave of money is only the beginning of a greater flow. You are entering a cycle of multiplication. Each step forward will attract another, and each breakthrough will lead to greater breakthroughs. This is why your destiny feels heavy, it is carrying more than you expected. The opportunities that will arrive are not small or fragile. They will be strong enough to carry you forward, creating long-lasting security and abundance. What you build in this season will stand for years to come. Archangel Michael says, "Permanence is being written into your story." The fleeting seasons of lack are gone, and stability is anchoring itself in your path. You will not go back to what was before. Type Amen 1818 to walk into permanence. The flow of money will not be random, it will follow a pattern of divine order. The psychic saw streams coming from multiple directions, merging into a river of provision. Each stream represents a different path of blessing, and together they will form overflow. This means you will not depend on only one source. Your wealth will be strengthened through diversity, ensuring that no single door can control your abundance. What once felt fragile will now feel unshakable. The extraordinary part is that all of this has already begun. You may not see every detail yet, but the energy is already here, already moving, already shaping your life into something greater. The unfolding has already started. Archangel Michael says, "Your eyes will soon see proof, and your heart will finally rest in certainty." The promises are not empty, they are filled with substance, and they are coming alive now. What was spoken yesterday is already entering today. Type Amen 1919 to receive the streams of provision. The prophecy also carried a warning, but not one of fear. It warned that when this abundance arrives, you must be ready to hold it with wisdom. The flow will be strong, and it must be managed with care to last. This is why your past seasons of challenge were necessary. They taught you how to value what you receive, how to guard it, and how to multiply it wisely. Without that preparation, the blessing might have slipped away. Now you are ready, equipped with strength, clarity, and understanding. What comes to you will stay with you, and what grows in your hands will not wither. The lesson of the past was the foundation for the wealth of the future. Archangel Michael says, "Your wisdom is the key that locks your blessing in place. You will not lose what is given to you, for your maturity is the safeguard." The abundance is not only coming, it is staying. Type Amen 2020 to anchor this blessing.